Is the BSN worth it? Had a comment on one of my previous posts, blogs out there on the internet. I don't know if it was, I really don't remember which platform it was on, but we talked about the BSN. I think we might have been chatting about the BSN requirement in the state of New York, and how some nurses still feel that the BSN is not worth it, that the BSN is a waste of time, that it's a administrative degree of some sort. And I thought I'd weigh in on the subject a little bit. I have a bit of experience with it since I started my nursing career as an ADN nurse. I got a diploma, actually, so it wasn't even an ADN. I went to a diploma program, a accelerated 18-month diploma program, got my RN, and then practiced for 5 years, went back and got my BSN, and then continued on and got my master's to the current role that I'm in now as an acute care nurse practitioner. Those first 5 years of my career, I probably felt the same way, that the ADN was a complete waste of time, that it was just the man trying to get even, or my employer or the state wanting more money, that my worth as a nurse was equal to that of the BSN, that the RN was just as good as the BSN, and that I did not need to get my bachelor's. It was a complete waste of time. I was already practicing at the bedside. I was doing what I wanted to do. I was rocking it, saving lives, having fun, and I didn't see the worth or the value in getting my bachelor's. Of course, that changed, mostly because I wanted something more. Me personally, I didn't want to be at the bedside my entire career as a nurse. I wanted to do more. I wanted more independence. I enjoyed the leadership role. So that's why I started the journey, and discovered later on that the role of the nurse practitioner is where I wanted to be. But I could not have done that without my bachelor's. Once I got my bachelor's degree, I humbly realized that I was completely wrong about obtaining your bachelor's. Yes, there are a lot of fluff classes. There are a lot of non-clinical classes that don't relate to nursing in any way. But there are other classes that are going to emphasize and elevate your practice. And if I had to pick even just one class, it would be statistics or evidence-based practice. As a bedside nurse, it is our jobs to evolve and to maintain our, what's the word I want to use? Our education. CMEs are sometimes not enough. Sometimes we have to do some research on our own to figure out what the present evidence suggests is the best way to do something, the safest way to do something, most effective way to do something. What will create better outcomes for our patients? What will create better jobs or a better environment for nurses? All of that can be researched, and many of those questions can be answered knowing what to look for and how to look for it. Not saying you're going to find the answers. I'm simply saying, as an RN, as an RN without a bachelor's degree, you do not appreciate or can understand the difficulties in trying to navigate through evidence-based medicine and evidence-based nursing. I was one of those nurses that thought, I'll just learn it on the job, or I'll learn it as it comes. Those will teach me, or I can look it up on the internet, or I have learned everything I need to know from becoming the entry-level nurse that I am. Wrong. Nursing and medicine has evolved in the short amount of time that I have been a nurse. In the past 15 years, I've lost count how many things have changed, evolved, adapted, and have improved at the bedside alone, let alone from a administrative perspective, from an academic perspective. I think we all can agree that bedside nursing, what we did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, is not what we're doing now, because the patient themselves have evolved. And the only way that we're going to continue to rise to the occasion is to be able to navigate through evidence-based practice, evidence-based nursing. You learn that as a bachelor's prepared nurse. I'm not saying you gotta love it, not saying that you're gonna be great at it. I'm simply saying you'll be able to understand the need for it. So in my humble opinion, I believe that obtaining your bachelor's is worth it. Do you need to get it? Probably not. Do I encourage you? Yes. Although, I'm pretty sure over the next 5 to 10 years, many facilities are going to make it a requirement. So while you may not agree with it, we're probably all going to have to get on the train.